What's up, guys? So, in the studio today, just it's my basic studio setup. Once again, just filmed another podcast for a client. This client comes in like once or twice a week. Um, so, here's the same setup. I use Canon digital SLR cameras, um, kit lens on the outside cameras, and a wide angle lens. I think like 10 to 18 millimeter on the middle camera. Kit lens is 18 to 55, I believe. Sometimes I will use a telephoto lens, like a 55 to I think 250 for my outside lenses. And I'll just pull the cameras back, and I'll do that from time to time, like if I want like a bit of fall off. So it just depends on the client. Different clients want different things. So I run this computer to this TV screen here, so that the guest sits in this chair over here. I mean the host sits in this chair. Their guests always sit in this chair here, and then so I run my notes, for the so he can see it, on the screen here. This week they were interviewing NFL player, and so we just keep all the notes here. So some of this stuff we go over, before before the show, and then so he's able to, just run through questions here. And this 8-10 minute stream, this is pretty straightforward. Um, Camera one is my wide angle. Two is the host, and three is the guest. So that's that setup, pretty straightforward. Um, I use a shotgun mic only if I'm speaking. Every now and then they ask me to interject, and so I just plug in like a little shotgun mic, hold it, if I have like a quick question or some input or something that they may ask me. But it's rare, just every now and then. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my studio downtown. As you can see here, I have backdrops because I also do photography in the studio. I love this spot. Got high ceilings. I think my ceilings are about, I know they're definitely over 20 feet high. I'm thinking about, like, I just painted these walls all black a couple of months ago, and I'm thinking about switching some of this stuff around because uh, I have somebody that I share the studio with now, but they're about to move out, and so I'm gonna have the studio to myself. And so I'm thinking about, because right now I'm using the corner to kind of add like a slight depth of field, when clients are recording podcasts. But I'm thinking about moving this whole setup, just shifting it to the left a little bit so I can record straight on. And I'm thinking about putting a mini cyc wall in this corner. So I don't know. And that'll be big enough for, just shoots, for somebody to do shoots like just on a white, plain white background. And it'll probably, it'll go from probably however far this wall goes out, it won't go out this far on this side. Maybe just about a little bit past where that, probably between the plant, maybe to the right of the plant. That's probably about as far as it'll go. And I've seen some of those online, just where people will put a small cyc wall in the corner of their studio, so you can have that plain white, and then for your backdrops, you can do like, so you don't have to worry about white, because white paper is what people use the most. And you rent the studio out. I rent my studio out, and people use your white paper, and then the white paper gets torn. Like I had a studio rental not too long ago, and so the people came in, rented the studio, And so they left. I don't know if I can see it here. I might have to move some of this stuff. You can't really see it. I can't let it down far enough to see, but when they left, they pulled the paper up and they didn't say anything to me. So they left, they didn't say anything to me. And so what happened was I had another client come in to rent studio, and I pulled the paper down and there's a huge hole in the paper. And so, I hate stuff like that. And I'm not able to check that all the time, check behind people all the time. So, you go to rent the second time, and so I'm just tired. Most people use the white paper, so I'm just kind of tired of it. And so I'm just thinking about just putting a psych wall here. So this white wall is used if somebody's doing headshots. If they're doing feet up, they don't need the white paper to come all the way across the floor. They'll use the white wall. That's why I painted this wall black. So if anybody just wants a black background, they can just use that. And also for photographers, so for negative fill, so I have this trick. Instead of spending $200 for V-flats, this is what I use. I don't know what they're called, dressing room dividers or whatever you call it. Let me back up so you can see it. Like a little fold out dressing room dividers. This is what I use for V-flats. And so it gives you the same purpose. It's black, it pulls the light. These are like $40 on Amazon. So that's a hack for people that that need V-flats. So yeah, I use the black wall for black backgrounds. If people don't need it, to come all the way out on the floor. White wall for white, head up, waist up shots. And that's what most people do. They're either gonna do white or black. I have gray. I have a few other colors, pink, tan, red, I think blue are the other 4 colors that I have for photography. So my business partner, she'll be leaving soon, and so this room will be completely open, and so I'll start storing all of my gear in that room, which will open this space up even more. This is the case. Quick story, so I ended up purchasing, I had an event, I've always had the 2 Hollyland Mars wireless audio systems, and I love these. These work really well. They work very long distances. They work under people's clothing. They work between people. I did an event not too long ago, and it was in a huge cafeteria. And so I had people mic'd up from across the room, and anybody that deals with wireless audio or video, sometimes you can have issues going through walls and through people. See, when people test their systems, they test it through walls. Nobody ever tests their systems through people. People's bodies interfere with wireless signals more than walls do. So for that event that I had coming up, I had to order a third system. And when I ordered that system, one of the transmitters didn't work. This is it here. So one of the transmitters don't work. I'm trying to open this with one hand. One of the transmitters in here don't work. And so I contacted the guy where I purchased them from, and I told him I'd send it back to him. He said, don't worry about it. I think the battery's dead right now. I haven't charged these in a while. Let me see. It should come on though. Yeah, I think it's just dead. So he just told me to keep it. He sent me out a whole new system, which is this one. So now I have 7 because one receiver works in here. I'm sorry, transmitter works in here. So now I have 7 wireless lavs. So that's great. I don't think I ever been in a situation where I need more than 7. The most people I've ever had the mic on stage has been 5. So if I need 6 or 7, I'm good. But yeah, 5. So this is still my storage case. I think I've showed that to you guys before. I keep stickers. So these are like little tabs that you can get from, this is charging. I just used this today. These are little tabs that you get for like paper or something like that. I got them out of, I think, Staples or Walmart or somewhere. And so, when I'm real funny. I don't know if you can mix and match receivers and transmitters or not. I don't know. So I color code everything. So, I keep blue on each of the receivers as well as the transmitters. And so everything is color coded. And I keep that same color. I can't get this to close now. Okay. And I keep that same color on the outside. So I do all my transmitters like that. All of these are green, all these are pink. And then I also do the same thing with my cables. I color code the tips of my cables. So these cables are used if I have a monitor on the cameras, or mostly I use this for wireless. So when I'm doing wireless video, I color code these blue, green, and red. And so then the cables that I use that go from, here's my wireless system here. So for my wireless video, I use Momon. So these are on Amazon. They're really good. They're about, I want to say $300 or $400, maybe $350 per set. And so I have 3 sets. And so I color code these as well. Green, blue, and red. Well, pink, which is, equates to red. So when I use these cables, same thing, green, blue, and red. So I make sure that everything is color coded the same. So when I have this plugged into the ATEM, when I'm on location doing a live stream, because I do a lot of live streaming. So when I'm on location, what's this under here? Okay, that's a cord. So when I'm on location doing a live stream, then I'm able to have everything color coordinated, because these receivers have to be plugged into the ATEM with the HDMI cables, and so yeah. So color coordination is very important on set. So for the cables, I just use zip ties. You order these on Amazon. This is probably like $5. Came with a bunch of different colors inside. So, yep, this is a makeup case. So I bought this makeup case to store just little whatnots. I have my NPF batteries in here, so I keep those in the makeup case. And these are the ones that when you press it, you know how much juice. Can you see that? There it is. Yeah, you know how much juice you have. These are monitors. Oof. These are just monitors to go on the camera. And then every kind of bolt and screw and everything that you ever need. I keep in this case. I keep batteries, as well as batteries for cameras when I'm doing photography. So I keep all the Canon batteries in here as well. Monitor mounts, some of everything in here, all types of other mounts and arms, ball heads, some of everything. So I just keep, and a screwdriver. I even keep a screwdriver. Every now and then you'll need a screwdriver. So I keep all this stuff in a makeup case. So yeah, that's it. I do this setup all the time. I got my stand in that I use for my monitor TV. I think this is like a 24 inch TV / monitor. This is on a light stand. Sometimes I pull the screw out and I attach this light stand to my foldable cart when I'm on location, and I just throw a bunch of C-clamps. So I use 4 C-clamps to do that. And so you can use the little screws in between. Matter of fact, I can just show you. Hold on a second. Let me see. Okay. So, I have the C-clamps here. Let's see, let me get 2. I didn't get 2. So, you take these C-clamps here, put these together like so. Gotta have one of these little double-sided screws. Screw that in. Screw this together this way. Hard to do with one hand, but okay. So once you have this screwed together, you put one in here on, attach this to the side here, and then the light stand, put it in here, clamp it in, tighten it up, and you put 2, so you got 2 and 2 more lower down, so you have 4, and it holds it really tight, and now it's easy to attach the TV to the cart. So that's pretty straightforward. I saw somebody do that trick online. I can't remember whose YouTube account I saw that on. But that's it. So straightforward, podcast setup. You have any questions, just hit me up. Let me know.